It's Baku.
Right.
Evening MR-C-REES.
Right, hello everyone, welcome to OBF1's Tier 2 Championship. We're here at round 8 tonight at Baku. Still probably not going to be a normal stream really, I'm not exactly prepared really. My PC's still upstairs and I've changed rooms. It's interesting. Hassle, it's Baku, it is indeed. Good luck to everyone racing tonight. We got Always Grinding joining in late just through quali. Hopefully he makes it. Neil, evening Mr. Reese, evening Neil. Hopefully it's going to be a good race for you. You do need to get some points, Neil. Come on. What happened to last season's performance? So we are at Baku tonight. We have a dry qualifying session by the looks of it. Unsure of what kind of weather to expect from the race, but hopefully it's a dry one. Hopefully. We had some rain last time out in Monaco, which really spiced up the race a little bit. CDM took his first win but lost it due to a 10-second time penalty given to him for a formation lap infringement. Obviously coming in contact with another car. We got the track map, lap data, don't want the telemetry, tyres, gap fastest lap,
Dry race as well.
And it is a dry race. Thank you, Neil, for being the weatherman. This is a great view at the minute. I can't see jack shit. Excuse the French. Right, Wraitho, the first car out. We do have another car, Alfa Romeo, coming out just in front. Great timing that was. I believe that was Jen Serino. It is. So we'll ride on board with Jen Serino for a bit. See what kind of so we got Jen Serino, we got Wraitho really close together as well. We got Hassel in the background. Yeah, it was Hassel. Mank is here though. I thought Mank was missing then as well. So we'll stick on board with Jen Serino. Oh, he's let Wraitho go by. How nice of him. These camera angles here are just amazing, aren't they? What have they done to these broadcast cameras? Honestly. I want to hear myself a little bit just so I know what I'm saying. Right, so yeah, it was an interesting race last time. We had rain, dry, multiple crashes, one safety car.
Well done, Baku.
And it's gonna be interesting to see how rusty some of these guys are after probably spending most of the week playing the new F1 Manager 22. I know I've been doing it. So it's going to be interesting to see if these guys are rusty or not after spending so much time on that game. But we are now on board with Wraitho. That's better, that was so loud. As he comes up to turn 1 at flat out speeds of over 200. Ooh, there's a Red Bull on the track there. Wait, what? Was that a Red Bull? I don't know. that definitely will affect his lap time. Hassel is out of the session. Is he serving a quali ban? I completely forgot to look at that. Give me 2 seconds. Right, okay, that's...
Hassel has a quali ban.
I'm just looking at the outcomes now because... oh yeah, for the points. That is correct, yeah. Because he incurred 6 points in 3 months. Hassel is serving a quali ban. Sorry about that.
Lads.
How's it going, Marshall? Hope you enjoyed your holiday. Great to see you back as well this week in Tier 1. But what was the time? Anyone set a time yet? No. So Rachel has set his first time of a 1:42. But Jenserina comes across the line with a 1:41 just to get the provisional pole time. And oh, seriously, you got COVID. That's rough, man. Did you have it before you went on it, or was it just caught it while there, or just as you came back? Right, we got Snitsy on and out lap. I think he DNF last week, Snitsy. Gonna be interesting to see what kind of lap time he's got. I think that was a purple sector 2 Snitsy had set as he comes down the main straight now to open his DRS.
Caught whilst on way back, I think.
And Snitsy does come across the line with a 1:40.8. That's going to be provisional pole. There's only a couple of people that still need to set a lap. We got Team Red on and out lap. Invader going to come across the line now. Sector 2, I think, was a 1:17 something. It comes across the line with a 1:42.4. That's only good enough for P7. King James, that wasn't King James. Who else was it? Jay Seddon just crossed the line, I think it was. No? Anton? It was Anton Hyper and Neil Moz across the line as well, the 1:44. Team Red still on an outlap. CDM still in the pits at the minute. We got Mank, who unfortunately, after reading the race day chat, is going to be his last race here at OBF1 due to family commitments, which well, we can't say much about. We applaud him for prioritising real life stuff over the league. That's what we want to see. The league is just a hobby, as Kimi Räikkönen would say. The race is just a hobby. But hopefully we'll see him on track again as a reserve, hopefully. I think Team Red and CDM, the only ones not to set a lap time now, but Team Red is currently on a lap in Sector 1. He's going pretty slow. I don't know if he's just trying to get acclimatized to the track. Oh no, he's not going slow. It's a purple Sector 1. It just looks slow. Ignore me. So, coming through the hardest sequence of corners on this racetrack, the castle section. You want to keep it really close to the wall.
Ratho 1998
is really close all through that Sector 2. Oh, there's a little bit this part of Sector 2 as it comes into Sector 3. What's Team Red's lap time going to be as we've got a yellow flag, just slow moving traffic further down the racetrack. I don't think it's going to cause an issue for Team Red as he comes through to the, well, it's not even the final corner, but I call it the final corner because these sequence of corners aren't really corners because they're flat out. Well, they are corners, but they're flat out corners, so it doesn't really affect you. Can you, Team Red get a little slipstream from that slow-moving McLaren? He doesn't want to go near it. As he comes across the line, keeps right to the middle of the track. And there's a 1:41, good for P2. That's an astonishing lap there from Team Red. I think it's one of the best laps I've seen him do. So we got CDM, the only one now to set a lap as he's invalidated on his out lap. Retho has said in the chat, good to be back. It's good to have you back, Retho. It's been a while. As we have CDM now, the last one to actually set a time. Apart from always grinding, I don't know if he's going to make it on time. But he has got 10 minutes left on quality to make it and set a lap, so it shouldn't be too bad. And we might be okay. Is Neil Moser? Was that just... That's not... Oh, it is. It's not Neil Moser, it's King James. King James looks like he's just outbreaked himself. As CDM has set a purple sector 1. He doesn't get to do that often. He's clipped the wall, though. It's not a pit wall, so I don't know what he's really thinking. He normally likes them pit walls. It turns out he just likes track barriers now as well. As we come through the last couple of corners before the long straight. You have a little touch of the wall again there. It's going to slow him down slightly, but he has set a purple sector 2 now. So that is 2 purple sectors. So as he opens his DRS, is he going to stick to the left of the track? He's almost out of his battery. Is that going to slow him down? It's a 140.666. That is provisional pole for CDM. As he puts on a little show. I don't know what he was doing. I think, well, I've seen that he's a fanboy of Hamilton. So I think that's what that was about. He was just copying Hamilton on the last few laps of last year. After the restart, where he just went straight on. Big lockup, went straight on. It's honestly the best moment of any race I've ever seen. Jason is on an out lap. I'm trying to find someone that isn't on an out lap. That's going to cross the line. Genserino is on an out lap. King James is not on an out lap, but he's further behind. So is Ratho. And then we got Mank. So Mank is the next one to set a time that isn't on a lap. We'll stick on board with him then, shall we? Stick on board with Mank. I'll see through the difficult section of the track. Going on a ride there, they've moved that wall further away. You still can't use that track. You don't want to run wide, because that can cause issues. So, Mank, ooh, rear end just wanted to kick out there. We come through like the last couple of corners now. He is 1.6 down, so it's not going to be an improvement on his time. He will remain in P12 after this lap. Is he even on a lap? He's not. His ERS light flashing. Ah, oh, I've been had. Ratho is though, and he's 7/1000ths of a second up on his time. Very slight improvement. Don't think it's going to be enough to improve unless he got an extra bit of pace coming out of that final corner. If he's done it right, he's 4/10ths down. That's unfortunate. Who's next? We've got a McLaren of Anton, who's on and out lap, so he's starting his lap. So let's watch Anton while he does his lap. Is it into turn 1? Could have took that a little bit closer to the curb than the wall, but still gonna have a good time out of there. Don't want to jump over that curb. It's a nice line right through that corner. Obviously his DRS is going to be wide open and his foot flat to the floor as he comes into the next couple of 90-degree turns. Stick nice and close to the wall. Don't hit that one. Nicely done. And again, sticking in second would probably is the best gear for there. Could have run the car a little bit wider for a little bit more speed through that corner, but opts not to. Nevertheless, he is currently 2/10ths up, nearly 2.5 up. As we're coming into the sector 2 now. Well, we've already entered sector 2, but the castle section of sector 2, the most difficult one on the circuit. I think this is the most difficult sequence of corners on any track on the calendar, to be honest. But Anton doing a brilliant job at the minute of trying to improve his lap as he comes out of Sector 2. What is his lap time going to be? We'll see when he actually leaves Sector 2. He hasn't left yet. He has got a car. Can he get the slipstream from the car in front to even tow him along? He's nearly half a second. He is half a second up on his previous best. That's going to put him in a 141.571 if he stays consistent with that lap time of half a second up, which will put him, I think it'll keep him where he is. He's going to come across the line now as he's 6/10 up. He jumps above Raytho. Raytho going to want to get that position back. We have got a car near the line now. It is, who was it? Was it Mosh? It was. He's on an out lap though. Chase Hen's coming in. We've got Jen Serino in the background. Don't think he's on a lap. Nah, he's not. We do have Invader. And Team Red was Invader. Invader coming across. Oh, we've had a little bit of contact with the wall. He's got his ERS light flashed anyway. He's not on a lap. Team Red definitely is though, I believe. He is. His ERS lights aren't flashing. Great to see. Genserino just getting out the way nicely as he comes onto the main straight. He's going to open his DRS wide open and dive into the pits. Been had again. What's going on? Snitsy currently 2/10 up though. Is the guy on a lap? Let's have a look. If he opens that DRS, he is 100% on a lap. He has opened it. So he is going to cross the line. He has improved, I think. And it's a 1:40.541. Beats CDM to provisional pole. There's still 2 minutes left and still people wanting to cross that line. We got Mosh going around the track in the background. And we have Always Grinding, who has made it to the session. And if he can hurry up and get a step on, he can actually join. He can actually get a lap out. I think it's a bit too late now. Right, sorry about that. Bit of interference. Right, let's have a look. Who's on a lap? Mank has retired from the session. Is that in the pits? I think that is in the pits. Anton's retired as well. That's in the pits as well. Right. Who is on a lap? Is Neil on a lap?
Yay, I am not at the back with the quali band. Emoji rolling on the floor laughing. Emoji rolling on the floor laughing.
Right, so Jason is on an out lap. That was 0.8 improvement on an out lap. Let's see if he could do that on the in his actual lap. That Haas looking good around the streets of Baku. Obviously, I've chosen Haas for my F1 manager career on my second season. I think I got second place here at Baku, and I went on to Canada and won at Canada. Jason's just clipped the wall, and that's put him out of qualifying. Currently in P4, so hopefully nobody else improves for his sake, but obviously these drivers wanting to improve as we've got Genserino now starting his last lap. Only a few seconds left of qualifying, and whoever's in the pits will obviously start where they are. Obviously Hassel out serving a quali ban. Mank retired in the pits. Anton retired in the pits. And we've just seen Jason retire on track as well. Snitsy not improving his lap. So, Genserino looking good at the minute. Totally missed that second time. See what kind of gears he's using around this track. Stays in second for that chasing. Third almost runs wide, maybe wants to shift down to second for a bit of rotation. There cuts the curve nicely. Not too much to invalidate this. Good stuff. And then they come around this corner, pretty simple really. Decides to shift up to 8th. I prefer to stay down in 7th there, just help with the braking. Genserino now is going to come across a couple of rounds. The CDM takes provisional pole off Snitsy as well. These two battling out through qualifying. It's like the main race. But CDM will take pole unless Genserino has something to say about it. He opens his DRS and Vader has joined as well. So Vader did what? Genserino finishes P7. So that is it for qualifying. We are CDM taking the first grid slot of the race. Up, he is on pole position. He won. He provisionally won Monaco, but that 10-second time penalty with the formation lap incident ruined his first win of the season. I don't know if I know we're going on a good run of 6 races, 6 different drivers. Then we had Monaco and CDM won, but then James Ney took took the top step at the podium. I'm not sure if James has won a race this season yet. I think he has, so I think he might have just ruined that streak from last weekend. But CDM takes pole now. Snitsy second, James Ney third, Jason fourth. There's a lot of background noise. I'll read the rest of the grid out to you now. Give me 2 minutes. This is a fantastic view. Just waiting for the players. We will get the formation lap underway. Hopefully, Always was able to pick a car, and hopefully he'll be starting at the back of the grid with Hassel due to joining late. He couldn't set qualifying time, sadly for him. Right. Oh, shite. I need OBF1 tier 2. Azerbaijan. There we go. So we are now underway for the formation lap. CDM leading the cars out on the formation lap. We got Snitsy in P2, James Ney P3, Jason P4, King James P5.
I tuned and sat down with my tea, and we are looking at a green post. Emoji face with tears of joy.
Team Red, Genserino, Anton. Yeah, that green post was a spectacular post. I think it's the most quality built thing I've ever seen in game. Raytho P9, Invader P10. Is currently ghosted, so I don't know if he's back in control of that car yet. Hopefully he can take control of it again soon. Mosh P11, Mank P12, Neil P13, Hassel P14 serving his qualifying ban, and always grinding currently in P15. Obviously, good reason for it. The guy had to join late, which is fair enough. Sometimes it's got to be done.
The famous Baku post. Tourists flock to see it, I heard.
Yeah, mate. I want to go see it. It's a good tourist spot, honestly. The Baku post. Maybe I'll get tickets to the next Azerbaijan Grand Prix next year, and just get the pit lane tickets just so I can go and see that before practice starts. Interesting tyre choices. We got Hassel opted for the softs. He's going to be trying to do
holiday now.
Come on, Marcus. Let's try. We go together, shall we? Yeah, but interesting tyre choices. Genserino and Hassel, I think, are opting for the one-stop soft to medium. That is an option. They might go soft hard, but soft medium probably would work around here, based on the long straights.
You asking me on a date?
I'll discuss it in the chat later, Marcus. Can't reveal my sexuality online.
Kieran talking as much nonsense as Crofty. Love it.
You know how it is, Callum. It's gotta be done. The CDM is slowing right down. And he's in position.
No, he's not bumming the Brits.
No, I agree with that. I'm not bumming no Brits. Invader disqualified. Mosh disqualified. All these drivers not lining up on their grid spot properly. They're going to be reset onto their grid spot, and that's not going to give them the optimum start. But we have got the 5 red lights, and we are going to be away. Okay.
He wants to bum you.
Please no. CDM gets off to a great start after that weird start. Snitsy keeps P2. James Ney is in 3rd position, and we got Hassel and King. Not Hassel. Jason losing the rear end, going side by side into turn 2. Sorry, with Jason Raytho making a move on Hassel, the Ferrari driver, already up a good few positions. So Invader's been disqualified, and there's been contact. There's some damage. Not really sure how that happened, but then you got Jason turning into Raytho a little bit then. Not leaving the room, but none of them crashed, luckily. Anton has been disqualified as well for driving the wrong way. What the hell is happening in this race? Obviously, CDM with a good strategy though. He's already got a second gap. We do have a yellow flag in sector 1 that's been cleared though, so we don't have to worry about a safety car. CDM, his gap is now closing as well, but he's opted for the medium hard strategy, I believe. Obviously, it's the most common strategy. Neil Moser, though, interesting to see what tyres he's going to choose to go on. He can go on the soft or the hard, but the predicted one is medium hard. Team Red getting past Mank. We've missed that. Where's all the battles at? There we go. We got Jason on the back of Raytho.
Baku is a killer on rear tires.
Oh, Jason just clipping the wall. Hope he doesn't have any damage. Baku to the rear tires is one of the most awful tracks out there in terms of tyre drag on the rear.
I struggle here cause I don't use traction control.
I think I was doing a practice race yesterday, and my rear tyres were 20% more warm than my fronts come the time of the pit stop, so it's definitely hard on the rear tyres this track.
It's okay, Marcus, they will change them every time I need a new wing.
Callum is right, it's not Monaco. Did you even need a new wing at Monaco? I'm not sure. But if you are currently joining and you're not subscribed already, while we are waiting for Snitsy to try and make a move on CDM, don't forget to like, subscribe, and you could also join our Discord if you want to race with some of the drivers here. Obviously, we got 4 that were checked out for today.
Optimistic it'll be a new wing and you won't DNF in Castle. Emoji face with tears of joy.
That's a nice camera angle there. Snitsy right on the rear wing now of that Alpine of CDM. That wing should start be should say L plan, because hopefully it's going to give CDM a little bit of hope, as he's going to be very vulnerable come next lap when the DRS is active. CDM looks like he's running a little bit lower downforce though, because he is pulling away slightly on the straight. Snitsy using that overtake button. He's not. Actually, they look pretty similar. Snitsy setting the fastest lap of the race so far. 3 laps in. 1:44.223. That's a pretty decent race.
I'll find somewhere to bin it, mate, don't you worry.
Callum, it's going to be... what was it? Too wide through the castle section. That's going to...
I'll join you.
End both of our races, mate. So at the minute, Snitsy and CDM still fighting for position. We got Neil Moser and Jay Seddon and Team Red all fighting for P7 as well. Obviously, Jay Seddon's got a 3-second gap to Genserino, so he hasn't got to worry much from the cars behind.
Me and Kieran threesome then.
And it's going to be a tough race, I think, for the midfield. I think James Nay's pretty settled in P2 and P3 there, but Hassel, I've only just noticed Hassel up 4 positions.
I reckon me and Callum should do comms, but purely using the voice reader lady.
Yeah, go on lads, do it. Hassel up from P14 to P4 in just 3 laps is spectacular. We've got a crashed car. It's an AlphaTauri. That's Neil Moser, who is out, and I believe that was in the castle section. It will bring out the safety car. The car's being cleared, but Team Red also losing his front wing, so he will be diving in for an early pit stop. Wraitho making some moves past a non-existent car now. It is still a full course yellow. There's no sign of a safety car at the minute though. It's a VSC. It's just not telling me it's a VSC. I'm so glad we've got them boards on the track to tell me what's what. Hassel opted
How do
to
you
pit.
do the Mark Webber screen? Org.
I'm not doing the Mark Webber scream. Not today. Unless something extreme happens. You know, maybe if we got red flags in this game, and then, you know, someone locked up into turn 1. Maybe. So, Snitsy is still on the back. We got some people opting for early pit stop. Hassel trying to go to the end on them hard tyres by the looks of it. Same with Mank. Not Mank, Team Red, sorry. Who's now out of the pits on hard tyres. Right, what have we got going on? We got Genserino on the back of Wraitho. Genserino pitting. So, but Wraitho's still only on new softs. He pitted, I think, 2 laps into the race due to some wing damage or a collision or something. Genserino is falling back. Don't forget, he is going to be on cold tyres. He needs them tyres to heat up so he can catch up to Wraitho. We got Hassel as well, right on the back of Mosh. Can Hassel make easy work?
We need a Croftian Brundle text to speech app.
Imagine, that would be insane. A Croftian Brundle text to speech app.
Yes, mate.
It needs to be done, mate. It needs to be done. Then we got Hassel now, right on the back of that Red Bull. He will have the DRS, as it was a VSC, not a safety car.
That was a day late and $1 short.
Nothing was a day late, mate. Nothing was. Hassel does have the DRS. He's got much more overspeed than that Red Bull. Obviously, that DRS giving him extra speed.
Do whatever he doesn't do.
Right, the chance to distract him, you know. Hassel has just made a move though on Mosh. Make a pretty simple move into turn 1. Hassel up to P6 again after pitting for hard tyres. CDM has pulled out a 1.2 second gap, so I think Snitzy's made a bit of a mistake somewhere. But talking about CDM, we're now looking at his Alpine teammate, Always Grinding, who sadly missed qualifying, but he has made it for the race.
It's lights out and away we go.
And we're gonna try and he's gonna try and make a move on Always Grinding. So it's gonna be interesting to see if the move.
And here comes Sebastian Vettel.
Guys, man. Yeah, so Always Grinding is struggling really with Team Red. Team Red is pulling a gap slightly. He's Always Grinding, always falling out of a second, almost. I think it's really the only battle on track this field really separated tonight. This is not the same as we have normally seen in Tier 2, but at least there hasn't been a safety car yet. We've had 3 retirements though, don't forget. 2 were disqualifications, so I'm not really sure what that was about. But it has happened nevertheless. And it's going to be interesting to see how this race pans out. Will there be a safety car to close it up? It's a dry race, Neil Moss has said, but will there be... I don't know, will the weather change at all? Not by the looks of it though. As Team Red now has the DRS, he's going to try and make him. He's going to be too far back though into turn 1 to make a move. He does look to make the move though, who pulls back in and thinks better of it. Obviously a bit too far back, 4/10.
And through goes Lewis Hamilton.
That was pretty good timing, but unluckily he didn't make the move, Marcus. But he is going to try again onto the second DRS straight out of this track. Is he trying to pressure Mank into making a mistake? It could work for him. He's just got to keep his head calm. Oh, there's the mistake from Mank. Mank look like he's suffering from a lack of grip. They're going to go side by side through this section of the track, avoiding the wall. Great racing from the 2 there, not to make any contact, and Team Red has that position. That was a great overtake there from Team Red to get past Mank. Only problem is now Team Red will be vulnerable. He
What do you have for us, Ted?
I don't know, I'll check out
and
what
through goes Lewis Hamilton. Again.
Team Red though already pulled out a second on Mank, so Mank really struggling on these soft tyres. So Team Red will be safe from the DRS, although Always Grinding could pull into the DRS of Team Red, making a move on Mank in the last section of the track onto the main straight. Will he be able to? He avoids the wall barely. Obviously they've added
Let's go down to Christian Horner on the pit wall.
Christian Horner doesn't want to speak at the minute, mate. His drivers are in P7 and P8. But Always Grinding getting ever closer to the back of Mank, and he's hit the wall. That's a bit of wing damage for the Alpine driver. Very frustrating. He's missing an end plate. He can still carry on, but Othmar Safnai is not going to be very happy with that. So let's avoid his pit wall conversations. Still closing the gap again though, so he has got the pace even without that bit of wing. But not much else is going on through the field. I mean, Ratho is 15 seconds back from Hassel, and my back is on fire. Interesting facts about this track while we're waiting for an overtake to happen. It's in a good place in terms of history, I suppose. No, it's not.
What is Deletras doing? God rest Murray Walker.
That is true. God rest. And we have some
If
action
you
now.
missed the first part of the race, press your red button now if you're a Sky Q or Sky Glass customer.
Fuck's sake. Jen Serena making a move on Mosh with the DRS. Gets it done nice and simply before turn 1. And as the comments have said before, if you want to just join in the race and want to see the highlights up until now or alongside the race action, click the red button on your Sky Q or Glass remote if you are a customer. I think I said that right. I don't think I have actually. I've just butchered that. Yeah, I did. Based on what I just seen Marcus saying in the chat. I'm glad that stopped. I'm glad that wasn't as long as it was in chat. But Mosh making a mistake as well.
Spoken like a true professional.
Although if you have missed some important action in this race, you can rewind 10 seconds on the YouTube rewind section or scroll through the race using the video timeline at the bottom of the screen if you are in full screen mode. That's our version of it. As we look onto Hassel making a move on to J7, sorry. J7 running very deep. I don't know if you guys...
Ambition well ahead of adhesion.
I don't know if Sen got a penalty, not a penalty, a warning for that, but he did run very deep, but he did lose a bit of time, so I don't think he would have got a warning, but he's going to want to try and get past Hassel ASAP. Mosh diving into the pits. Wonder what tyres he's going to go on to. He has been on them, he's only been on them for 8 laps. These tyres can go till about lap 12. As Wraitho has retired from the session, that is on the main straight as well. So his first race, he's reserved him for a while. He has retired, and that is a safety car. Let's have a look where he's retired and see if we can see it. That's a very interesting place as well. Where is he? Yeah, it's a very awkward place to retire. As Jen Sereno has been caught out by that safety car glitch and he's got himself a drive-through. There is we need to do something about this game. Honestly, it needs to be done.
I hit the curb and went bye-bye.
Wraitho, that's unfortunate, man. But CDM, Snitsy both diving into the pits. CDM opting for the hard tyres, so he is going the medium hard. He is stuck in the pits though. Or maybe that was just a lobby glitch, it was. He does come out ahead of Snitsy. James Nay pitting as well. King James. Hassel pitting as well. J7 is coming to the pits. Is everyone pitting? We got Jen Sereno now on 5 lap old hards. He might opt to stay out. I don't know if he'll make it. Yeah, he won't gain any positions if he does.
Unlucky Ratho.
Team Red, only one opting not to pit. As we come on to that safety car. Always grinding, diving in as well. Always going to go very slow. He knows he's got enough time. Interesting, Mosh has already pit, so Mosh will be going straight on. And that means Mosh will gain 2 positions here from the safety car. As he runs a little bit wide as well. We'll go back on in front now. It's interesting to see. Let's have a look quickly, right, at the let's have a look at the race day, chat. Right,
Not sure why Hassel didn't he stay out there.
I'm not sure. Hassel, I'm trying to get the driver's standings up. I can't find them. There they are. It was interesting. Hassel not pitting. Pitting, not staying out. It was. I think he could have gone to the end, and that safety car would have helped him go to the end. But he's opted for the fresh rubber. He is on the medium set tyres, so he will be going to the end on these mediums. Only thing is, will they last? Tyre wear around this track is absolutely terrible. But nevertheless, James Ney currently sitting in P3. He is currently looking to extend his lead of the championship. He is currently in 130 points, where King James, right behind him on track, right behind him in the standings, well, not right behind him, but quite a fair bit, on 80 points. So that means CDM as well, 18 points currently leading. He's on for 25 points tonight. 18 points last week, 25 tonight. He will be trying to catch up massively, and that 25 points will help him jump to at least P9 from P12 at the minute in the standings. So CDM just needs to keep his head cool, which we know he can't do most of the time, and he will be looking to hit a pit wall in the last 15% of the race, because if it's just before points count, you know what I mean? But at the minute, the safety car's still out. I think it's out. I think it should be in this. Now, just the good drivers trying to catch up. I don't think they'll be in this week. Marcus, it is an Aston Martin, so if you want, I'll just stick on this view for a bit. Anton Hyper disqualified from the race somehow. Unsure of how. Currently sitting in P14, so this disqualification isn't what he needs. Invader as well. Disqualified. He couldn't take control of his car again, which is unfortunate. Invader currently sitting in P11 in the championship. 4 points behind his teammate Team Red, who is set to extend his lead on his teammate. Neil Moser as well, 29 points, currently sitting in P9, could lose out if Team Red doesn't DNF. Neil Moser could lose out on P9. Team Red can go up a place here because Neil Moser has retired. Snitsy trying to make a pass on J7, currently sitting in P2 in the race. J7 P6, separated by 6 points in the championship. Hassel, J7 as well, separated by 4 points, currently sitting 6th and 7th. Like a Hawk by P5, who isn't racing tonight. So Hawkeye could lose out in a few positions here. Then we got Gent Sereno currently sitting in P10, only 1 point, and he has got a drive through as well. So his race, he's going to have to hope there's another safety car and that he doesn't get that penalty thing again.
If you're re-excited for the post-Tire 1 race chat drama, give me a hell yeah.
Everyone's excited for the post-Tier 1 drama. I might start some beef with Callum just for a laugh. So we should be underway this lap. Everyone's caught up.
Hell yeah.
There yeah, safety car is in this lap. We will be green light as soon as that safety car crosses the safety car line. CDM is controlling the pace of the field. You can see them all weaving left and right to try and get some heat into them tyres. Especially the hard tyre runners, it's going to be very difficult to get temperature in them after going so slow for a longer period of time. They want to try and keep the temperature. You got that Red Bull in the background thinking he's Kimi Räikkönen. Who's that? Is that Mosh? Yeah, it is Mosh. As we know, Mosh just does this for a hobby. I thought Stitzy made a pass on the Alpine driver then. He is trying. But when's the Alpine driver going to go? Has he gone? He's gone. I think CDM kept them waiting a bit too long there. And went a bit late. And that kind of, well, he could have got a better getaway than he has, but he'll deal with it. He's got a good couple of laps to go. 13 in total, I think. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because I can't do maths. It's 10. It's 23. Yeah, 13. Shut up. I know what I'm talking about. The CDM already pulling a 1.4 second gap. Is there any action? Jay Seddon has fallen back from a second of Hassel as well. He's back in it though. Oh, there's an Alpine always grinding. Is out of the session. That is unfortunate. We just about caught that. Jen Serena up to P9 now due to that, but he's still going to serve that drive through. Which he can't serve anymore because we have our second safety car. We're on lap 13, a lap 20 out of 26 laps. Currently 5 drivers out of the race, 2 disqualified.
Bro, can ICO commentate the Tire 1 race?
If you want to co-commentate the Tire 1, thanks YouTube, PlayStation commentator lady thing. If you want to co-commentate then the Tier 1 race, then drop CDM a message, he'll reply to you when he's finished. I'm not sure if he's doing it with Always Grinding or not though, I'm not sure yet. Should we have a look at the constructors since we've got all this going on? Let's have a look at the constructors. So we've got Aston Martin, 132 points in the lead currently of the constructor standings. James Nay now leading the race. CDM opted to pit, same as Snitsy. Soft tyres. 12 laps. It's doable. But are the others going to pit? And are they going to have to make... Obviously, Jen Serino is going to have to make way for them anyway. So that's P8 there. And well, it's P7 and P8 for Snitsy. Once Jen Serino serves that penalty. But then they've got to make their way through Mosh, Team Red, Jason, Hassel, King James, and James Nay. I think pitting would have been the bad option here. James Nay is
no
only
need
off.
to pit whatsoever.
Let me just go back to YouTube so I can see that comment. I mean, I get why they've done it. They've done it for optimal pace. But now they've got to work their way through traffic as well, so... When the safety car comes in, which I'm assuming is either going to be this lap or it's going to be out for one more lap. It all depends on how Bert feels, if he wants the fastest lap or if he wants driver of the day, you know. But Jay sitting on his own tonight, and the Haas currently sitting as second in the Constructors. Haas are literally only 2 points in it for the Constructors. Obviously, J10 missing his teammate Kenneth tonight, as Kenneth isn't racing. He is watching though, so at least he's not missing the action. As we are under safety car for one more lap, and each lap goes on, there's less laps the CDM and Snitsy have of making their way through the field. So they have set themselves the optimal challenge of giving away first and second, and even every other position, and dropping down to P8 and P9. We've got to hand ourselves down to Ted now in the comment section. That's you, Marcus. What do you think of that? The pit strategy, pitting for soft tyres with only a few laps left. Just see if he says anything. I don't even know if he's still watching, to be fair. But Aston Martin are leading a race. It's the first time we've seen it, and the only time we'll see it ever. No, I was going to say, we haven't seen it in real life, that's what I was meant to say. But AlphaTauri, obviously we see King James preempting the safety car coming in this lap, falling back just to give himself some more space to warm his tyres up. So he's thinking the safety car is going in this lap, and based on the game's coding, I think it is in this lap. As we come down to basically the final corner, as the others are flat out. Safety car message comes up, it is in this lap. James Ney, obviously now the de facto safety car, as Jason gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Hassel. I mean, he's still got his front wing by the looks of it, so I don't know how they called it. Was that a brake check, or was that him just not judging it right? We're looking on board with James Ney, everyone behind him warming his tyres, James Ney not. His tyre temps don't look really cold, so he could just put his foot down. I think he's going for one of them coldest pictures in F1 moments kind of vibes at the minute, with 9 cars left. And there we go, James Ney now warming some tyres, and he's dropped the gauntlet and he is away. King James read it pretty decently, only still 3/10 and closing. He's not going to be able to make a move into turn 1 though, but obviously he runs very wide. King James very wide. I almost done the Mark Webber scream then, but that is what we wanted to see, for me to make that noise. But now he's got very wide, and James Ney now has a second. James wants to take just drive at optimal pace to keep that gap. He's got Hassel in the background. That's Team Red out of the race as well. Is that going to cause a safety car? As we got 2 drivers going side by side, there are yellow flags. It's not in this portion of the track though. It's not going to be a safety car, I don't think. Snitsy trying to make a move on Mosh. CDM already up to 4th. He's watching this stream. He's trying to prove me wrong. He's pushing King James through the corners. Is he going to be able to make the move stick around here? He does. Oh, that looks like King James almost went into a wall, but there was nothing wrong with that move from CDM. As much as I hate to admit it, avoids the wall just about. Now he's got Hassel to catch up, who is up to P2 and right on the back of James Ney. Hassel trying to get Ferrari up in the constructors and himself in the standings. He will have the DRS. CDM won't, so the Hassel is going to pull even further away from CDM while he has this DRS active. Can James Ney keep the lead into turn 1? He's going to be vulnerable. He's still got his overtake button. Not sure how much battery he's got, but he's just about going to keep the lead. The only problem is, after turn 2, we have another DRS straight. CDM still trying to keep with them, making them soft tyres work as much as possible. But I don't think I think Hassel's got it. Obviously, I forgot you won't have DRS. The safety car's just come in, so there is no DRS.
Hot take, none of the current top 3 will be on the podium.
Alright, so Callum has said none of the top 3 will be on the podium. Do you reckon? I think CDM's trying to make amends for the start of the season he's had. He's had a pretty shocking start. I think it was DNFs for the first 4 rounds. Oh no, the first 3 rounds. Then it was a P17. Then it was a DNF. He was sleeping in one of them, but he was on the track. So that happened. But CDM is still on the back of James Nate. Is the DRS open yet? I do not know, but obviously we got CDM's battery light flashing. We know CDM doesn't like to have battery in the car, which we still think is foolish for CDM to waste all his battery, but he says he drives quicker without it. CDM opted to pit though. Why is CDM pitting? Has he got wing damage? Why is he pitting? What is he doing? Pitting for another set of softs? Is that a safety car, is it? Is it a safety car? No, it's just it's just a VSC, right?
It is a safety car.
The yellow dot for the safety car's not on the track. It's a VSC, because we are green racing again, so it wasn't a safety car, but he opted to pit, which has put him 14 seconds back. I don't know why he opted to pit there, man. That was foolish. CDM, the master of wrong decisions. That's why hashtag ban CDM should stay strong in OBF1. Hassel now though with a 2-second lead. With only a few laps remaining on 8 Apple mediums, so these tyres are going to be starting to wear, and you will start to feel it slightly. I'm not sure what kind of assist he's running. Obviously tier 2 is allowed to use full traction control. Snitsy as well opted to go back on the hards. Did he get wing damage or something? Snitsy should have stayed out. He shouldn't have pitted. That pit stop has ruined Snitsy's race pretty much. But Mosh as well, opting for the soft tyres. He will be going maybe for a fastest lap attempt. I can't speak England. Yeah, I know I said it wrong there. I said it wrong on purpose. The whole field separated more than a second now, so not much action really. CDM really wants to close that gap, though he is pushing, but his battery just doesn't exist. It's on 0%. If he keeps using that battery like he is, he's not going to have the pace from the battery to actually go top speed in normal ERS mode. And I think these tyres really helping him though, as he can corner a little bit faster. We're going to be closer and closer to quali fuel really. He's just got to hope he doesn't put it into a wall. Hassel though with an astonishing lead. And starting from P14 as well. It's been a decent start here for Hassel. See Team Red not finishing the race. Always grinding as well, not finishing. That was unfortunate for him. Wraitho reserving tonight as well. Haven't seen much of Wraitho lately. He's been too busy with the work, and he's out of the race sadly. Ah, Hassel, what you doing, man? I looked at the comments to see if there was any comments, and you put it into a wall.
Greetings, OBF1. Loving the stream.
Hey man, thank you for joining the stream. Glad to hear you're loving it. CDM though, up to P2 from that little spin from Hassel. Hassel's got a pit now, right? Has he got wing damage? Probably. CDM's just the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as well. He is going for points. He's got 6 laps, 9.5 seconds to close. On the fresh tyres, on the faster tyres, but on the less durable tyres. Can CDM do it? Glad you're loving the stream though, man. That's what we want to hear. We'll be live again after the stream ends for Tier 1 if you want to stick around. Subscribe and turn the notification bell on, so you know when we're live streaming races. But this is a mammoth task for CDM. And we've got another yellow flag. That's Jay Seddon. What's happened to Jay Seddon? I think he's hit the wall. I think his wing is missing. It is missing. That is unfortunate there for Seddon. And that is another VSC. What's going on? Why are there so many VSCs? Right, CDM, if you're watching, do not pit. CDM closing a lot of time under this delta, so James Ney must be pulling back quite a bit to make sure he's not getting that safety car glitch, or well, the delta glitch. But CDM now 8 seconds behind. King James as well, right behind Hassel. Hassel still got to win no front wing. I'm surprised he didn't opt to pit, because that's really going to affect his race. 6 laps with no wing, he might end up last. As everyone is closing in, CDM still needs to close this gap, but we're still on the VSC, so we can't go yet. Will he be able to go soon though, is the question. He's obviously exceeding his delta because he slowed down massively there, and we are away for green flag conditions. CDM now challenged with a 9-second gap to close. Minimal time, minimal ERS as well. He wants to try and save some, use it on the long straight to give him a boost on the straight, but I don't think he will. Jason pitting to get a new front wing. That's jumped Snitsy back up to P7 with a 2-second gap to Mosh to close. Jason's come out right behind though. But he says he's right behind, but he's not. He's still in the pits. That was a long stop there from Sen. Genserino improving as well. So we got King James right on the back of Hassel. King James looking to extend or close the gap, sorry, to Aston Martin. I can't speak English today. To Aston Martin's James Ney. He's got 1 overtake to make, and then he's got a 9-second gap to close, which I doubt he'll be able to do in the remaining time. But CDM is down to 6 seconds now. This is going to be very close. He's closing about 2 seconds a lap, CDM. But obviously we got King James as well. We'll keep an eye on the Delta. CDM just losing time through sector 1. But we do have King James on the back. Is he going to look to make a move into turn 1? He does pull out, but he thinks better of it. Stays right behind Hassel. Runs very deep, very close to the wall as well. Lucky not to hit it really. But he will have DRS coming down the next corner. Around the next corner. Does he have an ERS? He still has a load of ERS to play with. Hassel, not so much. So, King James does have the advantage in terms of ERS. Plus, Hassel is running this race with no front wing. So, really, King James should be able to make easy work of Hassel at some point. Might be able to do it now. Which he doesn't. He stays behind. Hassel managing to manoeuvre this Ferrari extraordinarily well considering the circumstances. Maybe there's something going on with that Ferrari. Maybe they want to check it in real life. Oh, that's alright though, saying
Hassel
that.
will be too fast on the straight to overtake with no front wing.
It's not impossible. King James is about to make his move now. They're going side by side. There's a little bit of contact between the two. Hassel just manages to make do for now and keeps P3, but he is under threat, and he is gonna. King James will have DRS to use as well as overtaken. Hassel is in the wall. King James also retiring from that incident, and that is another safety car. That was, well, extraordinary. Mosh getting that Delta glitch that we've talked about all race. So there's the two cars. And we're down to only 6 drivers. Seddon is going to be loving the fact that there's a safety car. He's going to be able to catch right up. This safety car's also closed the gap for CDM. So CDM now won't have that 8-second gap or 6-second gap that he did have. He's going to be right behind James for the last couple of laps. There won't be any DRS though for the rest of the race. So it will be difficult to overtake. So CDM might want to start saving some of that battery and use it like a proper person. Because otherwise he's just going to have some issues and won't be able to make a pass or defend against James. But that is another safety car. I'm not sure really what happened to King James. He could have avoided this. I don't know. That was really unfortunate. Hassel finally crippled under the pressure of having no front wing. And it looks like James Nate. Is he opted to pit, James? He is. James Nate opted to pit, giving the lead to CDM. Is CDM going to do the same though? CDM, what are you doing, man?
Started off so well, damn.
CDM really should have stayed out there to take the net lead. Now James is just going to be able to pass him again. And it's going to be more of a chance. CDM's got no front wing. That is okay cause to pit. But the safety car, now that it's near the end of the race, will not wait. Oh, nice voice break. Safety car will not wait for the drivers behind. We'll go around our lap. I think it's going to come in this lap. Either this lap or the next lap is going to come in. Alright, it will be this lap. The safety car is going to come out and it's going to go back in. I've never seen an online race end under the safety car. CDM's not going to have much time to make this overtake work. He's going to hope he can do it. He will have saved up some battery due to the safety car. He hasn't got a penalty yet.
CDM must be using Ferrari strategists.
CDM is honestly doing a Ferrari masterclass right now. Best course of option would have been to stay out and then he could just defend the lead, because there's not going to be any DRS, so he's not going to have to worry about DRS. But nope, he pitted as well, followed James in, and well, he's got to hope he's quicker than James, and he wasn't pulling much of a gap when James is on the older hard tyres, the slower tyres, so it's going to be a tough task to overtake James. As I said, the safety car is in this lap, and James slowing massively down. It's going to give people the time to catch up, but can Mosh actually catch up? It's going to be a three-way fight to the end of the race.
Slow button on.
Do you have the drink? I do not have the drink. CDM opting to go. I thought he was going to go side by side. That would have been a great opportunity.
We are checking.
But they do go side by side. CDM takes the lead, but can James A defend? He can't. Not very much room there. CDM does take the lead of the race, but can James A come back and attack? CDM is pulling away. He was a bit of a donkey for pitting. He could have done this from the lead and pull a gap, but he had to make things difficult for himself. But he has got the lead at the minute. And Jen Serino falling back out of a second already, so they're not going to have to worry about the slipstream of Jen Serino. Down the main straight, coming onto the last lap after this lap, but Jay Seddon, as well, as much as he was gasping for a safety car, the safety car didn't really help him this much. He's still got a 2-second gap to Snitsy, 2.5 seconds as he clips the wall. Lucky not to rip a tyre off there, but we got Snitsy right on the back of Mosh. I think this is Mosh's highest finishing position all season. Mosh doing really great tonight, but Snitsy is trying to make that move. Can Mosh defend for the next lap and sector? Right, sorry about that, I had to yawn. Right, so Snitsy is staying really close behind. He's not burning any of his VRS. Mosh is absolutely burning that. They're both out of VRS really. CDM has set the fastest lap of the race. He's going for them 26 points. But only question is, will he get them? Does he want them? That is the question. Alright, so we are on the final lap of the Grand Prix. CDM currently in the lead. Out of VRS, so is James. Don't think James has enough pace in him to get past CDM again. But Snitsy still fighting Mosh for P4. This battle for P4 really spicing up. I thought Snitsy was missing a wing. He's not. Luckily, Jason has fallen back. It is pretty much his race over and done. Nobody getting a time penalty for track limits. It's not easy to get a track limit here, but it's not impossible as well. Snitsy did have a little luck to make a move there, but thought better of it, and has decided I'll do it in another place. He is right up the gearbox coming through the castle section. He's got to hope Mosh doesn't mess up, and there it is. Mosh goes to try and cover the inside line, and Snitsy goes, I'll have it around the outside, thank you very much, and is past Mosh, and is now in for a P4 finishing position. James Ney still a second behind CDM. CDM just got this fast left-right to go, or right-left, sorry. No, it was left-right. And he's going to be out. And that is CDM across the line for the win. His first win of the season. James Ney in P2, Jen Serino P3. Snitsy just taking P4 from Mosh in sector 2. Mosh coming home P5, and that is P6 there for Jay Seddon. And that's the invites out for tier 1. But it is redemption day here for CDM. Getting really fortunate really to actually finish that race. He's done it, and that is going to be it from us at tier 2. Don't forget to stick around for tier 1. I believe CDM is commentating on it. Hopefully. But that is it from now. Congratulations to everyone that finished the race. I will see you all again next week. Well, I'll see you again next week for Canada. But stick with us for tier 1 coming up soon.